Welcome, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries. I'm your host, Sherrod Cohen, and you are now rocking with the Soul Vision Powercast. You know, that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about that shit you might have heard or even saw. Today, we're going to talk about how to rekindle an old flame, an old relationship. How do you get that spark back with someone that you used to date way back? Let's kick it. Thank you for joining me. Now we're going to talk about how to rekindle an old flame. Some people say don't do it. Some people, won't listen. They just do it. You know, some people agree with it. Some people disagree with it. So my thoughts on it is, when you're dealing with an old relationship, you first must forgive the individual you were in the relationship with in the past and move on and treat it like it's a new relationship. I haven't read any of this stuff yet, so I'm going to give you my thoughts on their techniques, and we're going to go from there. Now, number one is you got to be confident in your decision to rekindle the relationship, rekindle the magic. If you like to rekindle an old flame, the first step is to make sure that you are truly dedicated to starting something up with that person again. In many instances, rekindling an old flame can stir up feelings and emotions that you may not have felt since the two of you were once together, both good and bad. And if your goal is to recreate what you once had, this means that you have to make sure it's what you really want before leaping into a new and hopefully improved relationship. However, if there were deal breakers and red flags that caused the two of you to split in the first place, you have to make your peace with these issues before jumping into something again with him or her. As long as you're on board and excited about what you're getting into, then rekindling your relationship will be far more successful. When you rekindle an old relationship, you have to start over with a clean slate. You can't bring up the old baggage from the past. You have to leave it in the back. So yeah, you got to be confident and you got to be sure. Don't go in half stepping. Either you're going in all the way or you're not going in no way. Don't go in. It's just like like I said, it's just like starting a new relationship. Number two, I just said this, leave the past behind you. When you're looking to rekindle an old flame, it's also important that you leave the past in the past. For example, if your relationship ended due to infidelity, you have to be able to let go of whatever emotions and pain this caused you before starting up a relationship with him or her again. Being able to forgive your past partner is an important step in the rekindling process. And if you want your new relationship to have a chance at turning into something meaningful and long lasting, then forgiving him or her and accepting his or her flaws are essential parts of the process. You can't keep bringing back, I remember when you did. I remember when you said. And trust me, it's easier said than done. Because, we like to fall back on, the things that were familiar to us. So we'll say things like, you're starting to do that thing again that pissed me off the last time. And what we have to understand and realize that once you are apart from an individual, you both have new experiences. You both are, in essence, probably the same. You're familiar with one another, maybe physically, and you may be able to look at them and say, wow, that's the same person in most cases. And then but you have to realize that those new experiences that they had with other people may have changed some of their likes and dislikes. Number three, you gotta be able to say you're sorry. With this in mind, if you're trying to stir up an old romance with the one who got away, apologizing can also help the two of you grow closer and help to create a stronger bond between you both. If you wronged your partner, made mistakes, or took him or her for granted, then taking responsibility and showing remorse for your actions are key to getting back together the right way. However, It's not only apologizing with your words, but showing growth and change through your actions as well. When you can demonstrate to your partner that you've come a long way and want to be the best boyfriend, girlfriend you can be, you're more likely to rekindle a relationship you both want and deserve. Like I said, you gotta forgive the past. You gotta move on with a clean slate, and don't go in looking for the things that happened in the past to happen again. Like I said, you got to start over, mind, body, and soul. Number 4, start again in a new way. Just said this. If your goal is to rekindle an old flame, another fun step is to revisit as a couple some of the sites, destinations, and even restaurants that were meaningful to you in your previous relationship with one another. This can be a fun and significant way to stir up those old feelings of passion and intrigue. And by going back and spending time at these different locales and partaking in couples activities that you used to enjoy together, you're bringing back that spark and magic that once helped the heat burn between the two of you. Okay, that's number 4. I mean, that's starting again in a new way. And like I said, you gotta wipe that slate clean. And I'm not, when I say wipe it clean, I didn't mean forget everything y'all used to do that was good. Let's take all the good things that we used to do, dive back into them things. If we're still into those, like I said, you've had new experiences. So maybe those things aren't what you like now. You have to learn this person all over again. You just can't jump in at a point and then think, okay, well, we ended right here, so we should be able to move faster. In actuality, it may take you longer than it would a new relationship because there's some baggage there that you got to release. You know what I'm saying? You have to forgive some things that were said. You have to forgive some things that were done. So in a lot of ways, this is more difficult than starting up a brand new relationship with a brand new person. Number 5, oh man, treat this as a new relationship. One of the biggest pitfalls of those looking to rekindle an old flame is that they try to pick up where they left off. See, I just said that. And though this may seem logical, it's imperative that you look at your relationship with a fresh point of view. While the two of you may know each other well and have already had deep and meaningful experiences together, you should still treat this as a new relationship and bring back the romance and excitement that are present at the start of a budding connection. By practicing random acts of kindness, keeping your partner on his or her toes, and pumping up the romance, your relationship will feel fresh and exciting rather than old and stale. And like I said, you got to start over. Let the past be the past. You know what I'm saying? And you get to know this person all over again. Learn his or her new quirks, learn his or her, new likes and dislikes. Take the time. Don't rush it. Don't rush the process. And when we get up in age, we're older now. We tend to want to push things further and faster because, we're older. We're like, we should know what we want. But no, you have to be very cautious in the rekindling of an old flame. Hey, this was one of them short one hitter quitter, no bullshitters. You know what I'm saying? I had to drop something really quick and just want to, I heard someone talking about rekindling an old relationship and don't do it. Everybody's experiences are different. Your relationship may not have been, you may have not have broken up with your mate for the same reason somebody that's telling you not to do it did. And even if it did, you might be more tolerant, more forgiving, and then the person that's telling you not to do it. So make sure you think for yourself, or at least get someone around you that you can actually trust, that has a nice level head, good heart, and they'll give you their unbiased view of what you should or should not do. But at the end of the day, it's still up to you. And if you choose to go forward with rekindling an old relationship, just make sure that you, one, have forgiven yourself, forgiven that individual, and then you got to make sure that the past remains in the past, and not to look for every little thing that, oh, that's a sign that they're going to do the same thing. Don't do that. try to strip it clean and start over with a fresh canvas. Yo, thank you. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not a soul visionary, do me a favor, subscribe. And if you think this content was good and it can help someone, hey, share it. And like I always said, I appreciate you guys. Peace.